A good late morning to you all. Well, I got a comfortable day to work on Dorkle project, but guess what? I had a setback here, not with Dorkle, but my 91 Dodge Dakota hood latch busted on me, because I keep the truck in a friend of ours' yard, and because we don't want to keep three vehicles here because of the, cleaning the snow out of the driveway and everything. It makes it a big hassle. So it's been sitting there for 2 weeks, and I popped the hood and put mothballs in underneath, and when I closed the hood, it didn't want to latch down. So I jury-rigged it, and I used one of these pieces here. All right, the spring broke off, and the cable froze. So what I did is I removed this. I still got the safety catch. I took one of these metal pieces, and there's a hole on the other end, and I took this whole thing out and I just let this come up through the hole, bolted it back down, and put a self-tapping sheet metal screw in here. And then this comes down. This don't get in the way of my head, but you have to be careful when you close the hood. You got to bring it down. I had to remove all this, of course. That was a job. And let it come down to here. And then I drilled a hole in the grill, and I don't know if you can see that, but there's a hole right there in that metal bracket right there. Then I made this out of a, I think it's a 5.5 inch or 6 inch quarter 20 bolt that I had, and I screwed on the rubber hose on this end and put a piece of heat shrink here, and I'll tell you why. Here's what happens when I mount it in here. Okay, the hood is open now, so I'm not going to be able to show you exactly how it works. It goes through, it goes into this hole, but this purpose of this rubber here, and of course it's probably out of focus because I'm too close. The purpose of this rubber is to keep it captive in the grill here. There's no real strength involved. In other words, we're not using the plastic as a hold down. It's being held down at this end here. So I just drive this in like this, push it in. It's not going to fall out. I don't know if you can see that. Maybe you can see it from this angle. I don't know. I'll move the camera around here. Now I'm going to close the hood and I'll show you how this works. First you got to take this out. What I had to do is I had to literally cut the cable with bolt cutters. The cable was frozen and the spring was broken, and you can't reach it from here. You can't get the grill out. You can unscrew everything. We only got about that much room to work because the rest of the screws are down below the bumper. In other words, you have to take the bumper off. I'm not doing that. So I even tossed the idea around of using a padlock and a hasp, but that would mean I'd have to have an ugly padlock sitting up on top. Let me get this hood down here and I'll show you how this works. See, I'm going to try to hold the camera and do this at the same time. That's not going to be easy. This hood is heavy. All right, we let it down. And we got to be careful. It's got to go right there. See where it's going? Okay. Now, I'm trying to avoid cutting these out to look like hell so I can get my hands in here. So I devised this system. So now we take this bolt and we go through like this, and you line it up with the hole that's in there. You got to kind of like feel your way, and you got to move that metal back and forth here to get it in. Now she's in. Now you're not going to get this hood up. See, I'm trying. That's as much play as it got. But the hood is closed. It's all. And this ain't going to come out because of the rubber that's grabbing onto this plastic. So the hardest part of this whole thing, believe it or not, was taking this vacuum hose and screwing the vacuum hose, the little pieces of rubber I showed you, onto the quarter 20 thread. I'm telling you, I'm cranking and cranking and cranking, because there's no way I can use my driver. This is my good DeWalt. I couldn't use this because you can't drive with the size of these bolts. I think it was 7/16, and I didn't have that in these. I thought I bought a whole set of these at Harbor Freight, but you know how my shed is. I can never find nothing. But I had to get that fixed because the hood, you can't drive the truck. I mean, it's only on the safety catch, and that hood can fly off on the highway. You know, so this is an important thing. So Dorkel will not get anything done today. Today is Sunday, by the way. These are some of the bolts that I pulled out of the cellar workshop. I salvaged. Anyways, but that's why I have things in my junk box, because there's always some little thing that I can make something up. So now I can put the truck back into storage. I used it all day Saturday until this happened. When I went to put it away, when I went to close the hood after putting the mothballs in there, I couldn't get the hood to latch down anymore, and because the cable frozen at the end of the cable where it goes into the unit that sits down below, I don't know what they call that, the catcher, whatever, and also the spring broke off, and you need to remove the whole damn grill in order to get in there and work. I had to reach in there with needle nose pliers and pull the thing out of there after I cut the cable, and that's it. So we got it fixed. So maybe tomorrow. It's going to be about 60 degrees if I can believe the weather guessers. So I might be able to do some wiring tomorrow, but we're not doing it today. I did want to give you an update. So thanks for watching. And stay tuned, because there'll be more, and hopefully not on this project, but hopefully on the Dorkel project, because I'm trying to get that done this year. Thanks for watching.